Welcome to Murder Puzzles Live, Episode 4, the live stream. These are the detectives in charge of solving this week's crime. Pick a favorite. I like the gaps in between the detectives. Anyway, are you ready? A recap of the story. A man should be celebrating. He believes all his problems are over. He gets out of his car, into his house. His life is over. What happened? You have 10 minutes to solve the crime. Let's see if you can do it in time. Detectives, fingers at the ready. What happened? Should be celebrating. What for? Why should he be celebrating? He believes all his problems are over. What problems? He gets out of his car. What car? That's not relevant. Enters his house. What kind of house? It's not relevant either. His life is over. Let's see if you can work it out in time. I'm guessing no, because you're not very good, are you? Anyway, begin. Let's go. Come on, quickly. Detective too McCall for school. His wife no longer wants a divorce. Well, no, there's no divorce element in it, but there could be an unhappiness in the marriage. Anything else? The dose of poison, I assume means poison, he gave his wife wasn't enough, and she lives still. He didn't poison his wife. Detective, the one which shall not be named. His house blows up. No, this isn't an exorcism. No, it's not exorcism, is it? Was it Poltergeist? Yes. Good film, that. Anyway, no, it's not an answer. Detective 2 McCall for school. He is his wife, clearly having a few mental issues. As are you, it seems. He is his wife. What a moronic guess. Detective Peanuts. His mother-in-law died, but he came back and saw his wife having sex with his brother. What mother-in-law? There's no mother-in-law here. Oh, you think he should be celebrating because his mother-in-law died? Well, no, mother-in-law didn't die. He saw his wife having sex with brother? No, there was no one having sex with the brother. I'm not sure they had a brother, but they might have, I don't know, the intimates of the relationships or the families. Anyway, I just note the crime. Detective 2 McCall for school. He is Bruce Willis in The Sixth Sense. Detective almost on your name. Is it something to do with money? Well, yes. In a way, yes. Detective Ooper the Wizette. The wife was clearly bored about her marriage, and she went to the Caribbean islands with her lover. Well, that explain his life being over. Oh, I suppose the marriage being over. Good guess. But no, there was no extra element in this. There's no one else in the marriages. No affairs or anything. No lovers. Take the much named. His wife is having it off with the dog. No, you sick perverts. Look at Archibald. It was his birthday, and he saw a movement in the dark of his house that he thought was guests hiding for a surprise party. But it turned out to be a giant man-eating hamster. Besides the moronicism of the last bit, you're getting close with the first bit. Think about it. Sort of Marty Fabulous, third. He is the lead character in a novel or book. No, this is true life. It happened in Ohio. Yes, Ohio. I'm sticking with that. Detective Archibald. He checked the murder puzzle series, lost the will to live, and spontaneously combusted. I don't do spontaneous combustion in my murder puzzle series. Anyway, you were close with the previous guess, not this moronic one. So think about it. What did you say that was close? Amster ate him. No, the one was showing me. Not that part. The previous part that he wrote. Not the giant hamster bit. What clue did it hold? 6 minutes and 50 seconds. Takes the one was showing me. Okay, his house was dark. He thought it was his wife, but it turned out to be a murderer, his mum. His mum? What? Why would that make his life over? Well, I suppose the murderer would kill him. But his house was... Yes, his house was dark, I suppose. He thought he was right. He didn't think there was anything in his wife. What about the celebration? What was he celebrating? Detective Marty Fabulous. It was his birthday. He was 80 or something like that, and the surprise from his waiting hidden guest gave him a fatal heart attack. That wasn't a surprise. He wasn't 80. He was younger than that. Although there was a surprise from hidden guests. We're getting close now. What happens? Detective One shall not be named. He got home to celebrate his birthday with a hooker. His surprise birthday guests jump out from under the bed. Ah, so they saw the hooker, realised he was having an affair. Very good, but not the right answer. Anyone else? Dr. Marty? He was blind. He was blind. He was blind. I don't know why he put was in those quotations. Anyway, are they quotations? What do you call one? Apostrophes, I suppose. Anyway, no, he wasn't blind. Yes, Detective Marty? He is a famous yet subversive Chinese artist, and having just won the world equivalent of the Turner Prize, returns to his house to face indefinite house arrest. No, this wasn't some Chinese arts attack. Nothing to do with art. Besides the art I've put on display here. It's quite good, these pictures, aren't they? Anyway, you have 5 minutes, detectives. You're stalling, you're lagging. Detective Marty, he is the clone. Not the clone he thought he was, the clone. My head hurts now. I'm glad it's just not your head. He was married to the giant man-eating hamster, says Detective Archibald. Why do we have to have hamsters in my murder puzzle series? What is it about hamsters that enthralls you so? Please refrain from having any type of hamster in any of my murder puzzle series again. Thank you. Detective Marty. He thought he'd killed his wife and that the insurance would set him up for life. But he killed someone else by accident. No, he didn't kill anyone else by accident. There was no accidents in this. Although the first part, you're very close now. You're heading towards it. 4 minutes. His house and everything other than this facade has dropped off a cliff, possibly eaten by a giant hamster and the ghost of his wife. Why are you varying from the answer? Why do you have to put giant hamsters into it? There were no hamsters, there were no ghosts of wives, and there were no cliffs. That was a previous murder puzzle. Detective Lizard King of the Holy Shadowwings. Simple. His wife has a miraculous recovery from its attempted poisoning and is waiting for him with a hitman. No, the husband didn't poison his wife. There was no hitman there. Well, besides the person that... Well, I'm not going to go any further. 3 minutes 30. He has crossed the international date line. What does that mean, Detective Archibald? So it wasn't a man-eating hamster. No, it wasn't a man-eating hamster. I told you, no man-eating anythings, no animals involved in this week's murder puzzle series. Or any weeks, if I can help it. Must have been a man-eating gerbil. Not anything to do with rodents or... Honestly. 2 minutes 50. Detective Marty. Officers from Operation U-Tree are awaiting his arrival, despite his destroying the hard drive. Well, no, it wasn't a paedophiliac thing, no. It's Piers Morgan on his way home after hurting as many people as possible. Having found out where he lives, I kill him in an act of global altruism, recognised and celebrated throughout the world. Nothing to do with Piers Morgan, idiots. I'm guessing it's something to do with crossing a state line and legislate, not an international state line, or medication of any sort. Takes a 2 McCorpus 4. He enters his house, thinks his wife is a robber, shoots her dead, then runs away to the Caribbean with the gerbil lover. Nothing to do with affairs or lovers or Caribbeanites. Think about previous answers. You have 2 minutes. Detective Alistair Gordon. He got home late, mistook his wife for a burglar, shot her, and is now someone's bitch in an Ohio State pen. No. He got home late. No, he didn't get home late. He didn't mistake his wife or anything. Did he shoot her? Or what happened if he shot her? Who was waiting for him behind the door? Why was his life over in that case? This is the king of the Holy Shenanigans. He bears a striking resemblance to Jimmy Savile and sounds like an Australian impersonating the Queen. Internet morons, those able to waddle, hunt him down with poorly phrased arguments and badger him out of his job. No, why did he die? He was on day release from Ohio State Pen, but when he got home, his cellmate Bubba, also on day release, was waiting for him. No, it's not the right answer. You have 1 minute. I didn't mean why did he die. He didn't die in this anyway. Who did die? Anyway, Detective Bubba was the gerbil, right? No, there's no Bubba, okay? Yes, Detective Archibald. He got home late, mistook his nephew for a burglar, and shot him. That was in the news recently. Don't know if it was anything to do with Ohio, gerbils, hamsters, or other giant man-eating rodents, though. I assume not. He got home late, mistook his neighbor for a burglar. No, he didn't get home late. Mistake anything. No mistakes. He was a drug baron. He thought he'd just crushed the spirit of the last plucky little farm owners in his way and arrive home to find the A-Team. What the A-Team have got to do with this? Detective 2 McGaw, he'd have gotten away with it too, and not been for the pesky A-Team. The A-Team are not involved. Sir Archibald, it's the retirement day from the police force. He returns home after a few too many drinks, enters his house to a surprise party of all his guests and colleagues. They go to arrest him for drink driving, and they're all attacked by a giant man-eating hamster. No, there's no hamsters here. Please, you have only a few seconds left. He goes home with his dead wife, who is killed and dismembered at work, and to collect her life insurance and celebrate his birthday in style. Guests jump out. Well, you're right. And it seems you got the answer in time. With 1 second left, I think. I should really have a counter that stops at 0, but... Let's read that again. He goes home with his dead wife, who is killed, to collect her life insurance and celebrate his birthday in style. Guests jump out, etc., etc. You idiot. Anyway, well done. Solutions video coming now.